So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to another lecture of quantity surveying and civil engineering practice. This is lecture number 4, and this is about the bidding procedures and contracts. As usual, we will have some lecture outcomes. So, the lecture outcomes of this lecture. Sorry, by mistake, there is lecture number 3 written over here, so I'll correct it. So the lecture outcomes of this lecture are after taking this lecture, you'll be able to explain what is bidding process in civil engineering, and also you'll be able to explain the types of bidding processes. You'll study different types of contracts in this lecture as well. So before going towards the bidding and tender process and its details, and introducing you people towards the tender and bidding process, I'll first of all introduce you people with with an organization, or you can say an authority in Pakistan, which is assigned a duty to monitor all of the public procurements, whether it is a procurement of goods, whether it is a procurement of services or any product. So the PEPRA will monitor all of these procurements. So what is the full form of PEPRA? Do you have heard about this organization or this authority? आप में से किसी ने सुना है इसके बारे में, पेपरा?
नो सर।
आप कभी टेंडर डॉक्यूमेंट्स जो टेंडर आते हैं न्यूज़पेपर्स में, तो उनमें देखें तो अक्सर ये वर्ड यूज होता है पेपरा, कि आपने जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स प्रिपेयर करने हैं वो पेपरा के रूल्स के मुताबिक होने चाहिए, इस तरह कुछ ना कुछ लिखा होता है, या जो एवेल्युएशन होगी वो पेपरा के रूल्स के मुताबिक होगी. So what is basically PEPRA? So the PEPRA is Public Procurement Regulatory Authority. Public Procurement Regulatory Authority, which is an autonomous body endowed with the responsibility of prescribing regulations and procedures for public procurements by federal government on public sector organizations. So जो पेपरा है वो बेसिकली जो फेडरल गवर्नमेंट के अंडर जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस आती हैं, अगर वो कुछ प्रोक्योर करती हैं, कोई चीज परचेज करना चाहती हैं, वेदर इट इज गुड्स और सर्विसेज और प्रोडक्ट्स, तो वो किन रूल्स के तहत करेंगी प्रोक्योरमेंट, वो रूल्स कौन प्रोवाइड करेगा, दैट विल बी दी पेपरा. इस प्रोक्योरमेंट को मॉनिटर कौन कर रहा है, पेपरा. सो पेपरा is an autonomous body endowed with the responsibility of prescribing regulations and procedures for public procurements by federal government on public sector organizations. With अच्छा, इसका मकसद क्या है, what is the purpose of this giving the rules and regulations for procurements? The purpose for this is to improve governance, management, transparency, one of the most important, transparency and accountability, and the quality of public procurements of goods, works and services. So can you please tell me what is transparency? प्लीज आप लोग जी, व्हाट इज ट्रांसपेरेंसी? ट्रांसपेरेंट क्या होता है?
शफाफ सर।
शफाफ। ट्रांसपेरेंसी जो है, जिस शीशे के आर पार देखा जा सकता है, दैट इज ट्रांसपेरेंट। तो जो पब्लिक प्रोक्योरमेंट्स हैं, जैसा कि मैं पिछले लेक्चर्स में भी कहता आया हूं कि जब आप पब्लिक फंड से कोई चीज परचेज करते हैं तो उसमें आप कोई करप्शन ना करें, वो परचेजिंग जो है वो सारी ट्रांसपेरेंट हो, उसमें तमाम जो लोग हैं, स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं, उनको पता हो कि ये परचेजिंग कैसे हुई है, कितने कॉस्ट पे हुई है, कितना 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 पैसा जो है किसके पास गया, कितना किसके पास गया और कितनी परसेंटेज कहाँ पे गई। तो तमाम चीजें ट्रांसपेरेंट, बिल्कुल ओपन होनी चाहिए। अकाउंटेबिलिटी, व्हाट इज अकाउंटेबिलिटी?
हिसाब किताब।
नहीं, हिसाब किताब नहीं। और कोई? Anyone from the foreigners, if they are online, what is the meaning of accountability?
Sir, responsible as well as public.
Sorry?
सर मतलब गवर्नमेंट को भी मतलब जवाब बोलना पड़ता है और पब्लिक
के मैं समझ तो नहीं पाया आपने क्या क्या लिखा।
सर मतलब जवाबदेह सर, मतलब गवर्नमेंट को भी जवाबदेह होना पड़ता है और पब्लिक को भी, अगर आपके पास प्रोजेक्ट वगैरह हो तो इस तरह हो।
अच्छा अच्छा, जवाब दे, बिल्कुल ठीक है। आपने ठीक डायरेक्शन की तरफ आपने इशारा किया। So the accountability means in case of any mishap or any fault or flaw in the process, who will be held responsible for? ठीक है? For example, in the department I am going to purchase, we want to purchase something, so the chairman will prepare a team of 3 to 4 people. So if there is any mishap or any flaw in the purchasing process, so the whole department will not be accountable. Only the 4 people's, 4 persons who were involved in that purchasing, so those people will be responsible for that. So accountability in simple terms means कि आप किसको जिम्मेदार ठहराएंगे अगर कुछ मिसहैप होता है। So this was a little introduction about the PEPRA. So if you have noticed that here it is mentioned that the PEPRA is providing rules and regulations for the federal government-owned public sector organizations. Those organizations which are coming under the umbrella of federal government. So what about the provincial government? So for the organizations which are coming under the umbrella of provincial government, each province is having its own authority for regulating its procurements. So at provincial levels, there are different regulatory authorities. For Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, this is KEPRA, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Public Procurement Regulatory Authority. Similarly, for Sindh, it is SEPRA, SPPRA, Sindh Public Procurement Regulatory Authority. And then for Balochistan, this is BIPRA, BPPRA, Balochistan Public Procurement Regulatory Authority. And then for the Punjab, it is again BIPRA, but this time the P is for Punjab, not for the public, but Punjab Procurement Regulatory Authority. So their websites are open for you, and you can after the class you can go and visit their websites for viewing their details about their role or anything else, or the rules and regulations are also provided there. The rules and regulations for the procurement. We will discuss in this lecture some of the rules and regulations as provided by the PEPRA, Public Procurement Regulatory Authority. So, just to give you an idea how the process is streamlined and how the rules and regulations are imposed. So, before going towards the next topic, what is tender and what is bid? So, the process in which the invitations are made to the contractors and they come and submit their bids or proposals. So, this whole process is basically termed as tender. And what is bid? Bid is the offer the contractor is putting forward for undertaking the project. So the tender is to invite bids for a project, or tender usually refers to the process whereby the governments and financial institutions invite bids for large projects that must be submitted within a finite deadline. तो टेंडर क्या होता है, बिड क्या होता है, क्लियर है ना? यहाँ तक सब कुछ क्लियर है? सिंपल है सब कुछ?
Yes, sir.
I hope this lecture will be a little bit interesting as compared to the previous lectures, क्योंकि यहाँ पे कुछ important information हम discuss कर रहे हैं. आगे आप देखेंगे कि काफी this lecture as well as the coming lectures जिनमें हम मजीद के consultancies या contractors को कैसे evaluate किया जाता है, तो वो सारी चीजें हम discuss करेंगे. So this will be something fruitful for you.
Yes, sir.
So initially, ये process start कैसे होता है? जैसे कि हमने पिछले lectures में हमने discuss किया था how the projects are initiated. ठीक है? तो projects are identified and then हमने cycle discuss किया था. फिर वो जो है PC1, PC2 होता है, फिर जो है सारा वो चीजें जब project approve हो जाता है, the project is approved and the client wants to engage any contractor for the project, तो वो अब process कैसे होगा, उसके आगे process कैसे होगा? So before this preparation, I'll assume that the whole process of PC1, PC2 and approval from the government has been completed, and now we want to hire a contractor. ठीक है? Now we want to hire a contractor, और ये process जो है PC1, PC2 के completion के बगैर भी हो सकता है. In case you want to prepare the PC1 or PC2 and you want to hire a consultant, ठीक है? तो अगर आप consultant को hire कर रहे हैं तो उसके लिए फिर आपको जरूरी है PC1, क्योंकि आपने भी आपका प्रोजेक्ट बेसिकली ये है कि आपने PC1, PC2 प्रिपेयर करना है, उसके लिए आपको कंसल्टेंसी सर्विसेज चाहिए and you'll be doing this process. Once this process is completed and PC1, PC2 is approved, and then again for the contractor this process will be repeated. So initially the necessary preparations are done for taking the approval from higher authorities कि हम जो है contractor engage करना चाहते हैं, तो वो जो necessary approval है वो documents से prepare किए जाते हैं, then the approval to for the tender process is taken from the higher authorities. After that, documentation is done for advertising. ये डॉक्यूमेंटेशन अभी हम नेक्स्ट और कमिंग स्लाइड में हम डिस्कस करेंगे कि एज पर द पेपरा रूल्स कौन कौन से डॉक्यूमेंट्स आपने प्रोवाइड करने हैं व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू एडवर्टाइज द प्रोजेक्ट और टेंडर प्रोसेस इन द न्यूज़पेपर। तो स्टेज के बाद आपने कौन कौन से डॉक्यूमेंट्स प्रोवाइड करने हैं टू द कॉन्ट्रैक्टर। तो डॉक्यूमेंट्स आपने एडवर्टाइजमेंट से पहले ही आपने प्रिपेयर कर लेने, क्योंकि एडवर्टाइजमेंट के फौरन बाद यू हैव टू प्रोवाइड आफ्टर immediately after the advertisement you have to provide those documents to the applicants. Now the documents are prepared, now the invitation procedure is carried out and the newspapers are used or any other media is used for the advertisement. When the project is advertised, then when the project is advertised and the contractors have submitted their bids, now after the last date of the submission of documents, the evaluation process is started. जो submitted bids होती हैं या submitted proposals होते हैं उनकी evaluation start हो जाती है, and after the evaluation the contract is awarded to the suitable firm. So this was the general introduction to the whole process, a bigger picture. अभी आपको एक ओवरऑल सिनेरियो बता दिया गया कि ये कहाँ पे क्या स्टेज होती है और कैसे होता है. Now in the coming slides we will discuss about these documents. What documents are required for the as per the PEPRA rules. So let's talk about those documents. So please note that in this lecture I'll be following the serial numbers as per the PEPRA 2004 document. So the bidding documents are mentioned in the serial number 23. They are discussed in the serial number 23. So the serial numbers are as per the PEPRA 2004 document. So don't be confused how it is 23 and where are the rest of other points. So what is the PEPRA saying about these bidding documents? Procuring agencies shall formulate precise and unambiguous bidding documents that shall be made available to the bidders immediately after the publication of the invitation to bid. You have to provide these documents immediately after the publication of the invitation to the bids. So here is the list of documents which should be included. A. Invitation to the bid, in which you are inviting the relevant firms or contractors. Instructions to the bidders. Instructions will be including how you have to prepare the bids, what type of documents or what type of formatting should be used, or any other instruction, last date or end date of submission of bids, or anything the department wants to anything the department wants the contractor to follow. So any instructions from the department can be included in the instructions to bidders, this document. Form of bid. So form of bid will include a pro forma in which if you want to purchase something or department wants to purchase something, so they list the items and leave the column next to it blank, and the contractor will fill the rate for that item, each item. For example, if the department wants to purchase ACs or computers, so department will prepare a pro forma writing the name of the model, etc., and leaving the next column blank, and the contractor will fill with the rates at which they will provide those computers. Form of contract. So this will include pro forma for which this will include a pro forma which will include the contract which will be signed between the contractor and the client if the project is awarded to the contractor. General or special conditions of contract. So we'll discuss these later, but let me tell you the general conditions of contracts are like they can be applicable to multiple projects. Like if the C&W department is doing projects is doing projects regularly, so they have already prepared the general conditions of contract, which can be applicable to each and every sorry, not product, but project. But for each specific project, they'll prepare special conditions of contract. So the general conditions will be applicable to each and every project, and the special conditions will be applicable to a specific project. Okay. Specifications and drawings or performance criteria were applicable. जो हमने पिछली क्लास में स्पेसिफिकेशंस डिस्कस की थी. So now those specifications are becoming a part of bidding document. Okay, just a second, I call to receive. Okay, sorry for the delay. So you were talking about the bidding documents. मेरी आवाज आ रही है सबको?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we were talking about the bidding documents, and in the bidding documents, we are talking about the specifications or drawings or performance criteria. So specifications which we have discussed in the previous lectures, in the previous lecture, so that specification will become a part of the bidding document as per the PEPRA rules. So before the award of contract or immediately after the advertisement, so you have to provide the specifications, drawings, so that the contractor can prepare his estimate, or he can get any idea about how what is the level of quality, or what is the nature of the work, and what are the dimensions or specifications, or the length or width of the area to be constructed. So he must know before quoting his rates. Also, you can provide him the performance criteria at this level if applicable to the project. For example, if it is a project or tender advertisement of purchasing any products or any things, any devices. So how you will assess those devices or the supplied material? So you will specify that performance criteria. G, list of goods or bill of quantities. So this will be applicable if you are going to purchase any items or goods. So you will provide the list of goods which you need. Then delivery time or completion schedule. So you'll tell the contractor that we need this project to be completed by the end of this year, or by the end of the next year, or by the end of this next month. So whatever your requirements are, you'll mention here. Qualification criteria where applicable. So you can mention the qualification criteria if it is a little bit complex or a bigger project. So you'll specify what should be the qualification, or what should be the level of the construction firm or the consultant firm before or which can apply for this project. J, what will be the bid evaluation criteria? So this bullet will be discussed in the next lecture, inshallah. What will be the at which criteria the bids which are submitted by the contractors will be evaluated, or how they will be evaluated. So we will discuss this bullet in the next lecture, inshallah, and we'll solve some sample examples for this. Format for all securities required. So if you want the contractor to submit any security fees, so you will provide the format for that thing as well, or details of the standards, if any that are to be used in assessing the quality of goods, works, or services specified. So if you will be using ASTM or ASHTO standard, or whatever standards you are using for assessing the supplied material or goods, so you'll mention those standards as well. Any other detail not inconsistent with these rules that the procuring agency may deem necessary. So the PEPRA has left the bidding documents or any this thing open for the client, so that they can include anything they want, which they they think that it is necessary for the project. So these were the bidding documents which will be needed immediately after the advertisement of the project. So what are the general conditions of contract and what are the special conditions of contract? So the general conditions are definition of the project, contract components. So the contract components are mostly same. Rights and responsibility for the owner and the contractor. The contractor is responsible. What are the responsibilities for the contractor, or what are the responsibilities of the owner? So project schedule, payment method, warranty and delay penalty. So these items are mostly common in all projects. So that's why these are termed as general conditions of contract. Then there are some special conditions of contract as well, which are not common for each and every project. For example, there may be some terms and conditions which are applicable for the road projects and which are not applicable for the building projects. Similarly, there may be some special conditions for of contract which may be applicable for the dam project, if it is or hydropower project, and which may not be applicable to the building project. So any condition which the contractor or sorry, not the contractor, which the client wants to include in the contract, which are specifically related to the project, so they can be mentioned in the special conditions of contract. Then here comes the different procedures of open competitive bidding. Following are some of the procedures, not some of all procedures which are used in the open competitive bidding. Procedure A is the single stage one envelope procedure. B is single stage two envelope procedure. C is two stage bidding procedure, and D is two stage two envelope bidding procedure. आप लोगों ने इसके बारे में सुना हुआ है, इन प्रोसीजर्स के बारे में? किसी को कोई आइडिया है इसके बारे में, कोई बता सकते हैं?
नो सर।
नो सर।
नो।
अच्छा, before going to explain these procedures, please tell me what is meant by open competitive bidding. Why it is termed as open competitive bidding?
Everybody can apply for it.
Everybody can apply for it. So, okay, good. So, what if there is any restriction who cannot apply for the project? So, are there any cases or are there any type of project for which any specific firm cannot apply?
Yes sir, किसी के लिए जिसके पास लाइसेंस नहीं होता, लेट्स सपोज सर C2 लाइसेंस किसके पास नहीं है तो वो अप्लाई नहीं कर सकता, लाइसेंस को देखा जाए।
ठीक, और इसके अलावा जो प्री क्वालिफिकेशन होती है, दैट इज आल्सो द क्लोज्ड फॉर्म ऑफ द बिडिंग। ठीक है, यहाँ पे ओपन कम्पिटिटिव बिडिंग मींस दैट each and every firm can apply for the project, and in the closed form of the competitive bidding, only the selected firms can apply. So one of the example for this type of bidding is pre-qualification. We will discuss the pre-qualification in the next lecture, inshallah. So in the pre-qualification, you will evaluate the construction firm before the bidding procedure. अभी आप देखेंगे कि इन नॉर्मल जो बिडिंग प्रोसीजर्स हैं, इनमें हम डायरेक्टली बिड्स के लिए इनवाइट कर देते हैं कॉन्ट्रैक्टर को. बट इन द प्री क्वालिफिकेशन, the contractor construction firms or consultancies are invited for the pre-qualification procedure. जो कंसल्टेंसी या कंस्ट्रक्शन फर्म उनके प्री क्वालिफिकेशन की क्राइटेरिया पे पूरा उतरती है, सिर्फ और सिर्फ उन्हीं फर्म्स को इनवाइट किया जाता है कि अब सिर्फ आप लोग जो हैं वो हमें बिड सबमिट करें, अपने रेट्स कोट करें. So why is this so? ऐसा क्यों है? ओपन क्यों नहीं छोड़ा जाता सब? ओपन कंपटीशन की तरफ क्यों नहीं जाते सारे? Why why the pre-qualification is important for the projects? Actually, in the open competitive bidding, when you are going to when each and every firm is invited for the invited for submitting the bids, so there may be some experienced firms and there may be some newly created firms जो अभी ही मार्केट में आई है या जिनको एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है बिल्कुल. So the new firms will try to get the project by quoting very low rates, बहुत ही कम रेट्स लगा के वो प्रोजेक्ट को जीतने की कोशिश करेंगे, whereas the good or experienced firm will not they will try to maintain the quality of the work, so they will definitely quote the rates which are a little bit higher than the other firms. So जो न्यू फर्म्स है, अब वो जब रेट कम रेट कोट किया उन्होंने, अब अगर एक चीज 100 रुपए की है and they are quoting that we can provide it for 60 rupees, so definitely they'll keep some margin for themselves as well. तो उससे क्या होगा, काम की क्वालिटी खराब हो जाएगी. So the open competitive bidding is normally used for the small projects, but when the project is huge or complex and you want to ensure the quality of the work, so you can use the pre-qualification procedure in which you will screen out the incompetent firms and only the competent firms will be invited for the for quoting their rates. So you'll compare the rates of only the competitive firms or the competent firms. So let's let's back to these procedures. Look at their names: single stage and one envelope. There are two parts in their names: the single stage and one envelope, single stage and two envelope, two stage, two envelope. So by looking at their names, it is understood that this procedure will have one stage, this procedure will also have one stage, this procedure will have two stages, and this procedure will have two stages. And looking at the second part, you can look at you can see that, or you can observe that this will include one envelope, this will include two envelopes, this will include also one envelope, and this will include two envelopes. So let's see what are the stages they are talking about: single stage, two stages, or what are the envelopes about which they are talking about. They are one envelope or two envelope. So in the single stage one envelope procedure, you'll submit one envelope for the while submitting the bids. This one envelope will contain financial proposal and technical proposal, if any. So in the single stage one envelope, this is the technical proposal proposal is not mandatory. If you want to submit the technical proposal, or if the client has requested the technical proposal, so you can submit it. Otherwise, it is not mandatory. So in the single envelope procedure, you will be submitting a single envelope, one envelope, and the technical proposal and financial proposal both will be included in that envelope. Single stage, talking about the stages, so this was about the envelope. So in the single stage, what does it mean? In the single stage means that the process of evaluation is done in a single stage and in a single go, and no revisions in the technical proposals are allowed. You cannot revise your technical proposal. In the two-stage procedure, it is allowed to revise your technical proposal. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Coming towards the second procedure, which is the single stage but two envelope procedure. So again, the single stage means the process will be completed in a single stage, and there will be no revision allowed, and no firm will be allowed to revise their technical proposal. And talking about the two envelope procedures, so two envelope procedure means there will be two envelopes. You will submit your proposal in two envelopes. आप लोग दो envelopes में अपने proposal submit करेंगे. एक envelope जो होगा technical proposal होगा, and the second one will be for the financial proposal. आपके proposal जो है technical proposal अलग envelope में होगा और financial proposal अलग envelope में होगा. So this is the basic difference between the single envelope procedure and single stage two envelope procedure. So let's read what is written here as per the what are the instructions from the PEPRA 2004 document. So the bid shall comprise a single package containing two separate envelopes. Each envelope shall contain separately the financial proposal and the technical proposal. Also, you'll mark the technical proposal and the envelopes with the financial proposal and technical proposal in bold letters. आप उन envelopes के ऊपर बड़ा लिख देंगे कि this is financial proposal and this is technical proposal, ताकि गलती से financial proposal technical proposal से पहले financial proposal ना हो जाए. अच्छा, फिर इनकी अपनी sequence है. There is some sequence that which envelope will be opened first and which will be opened later. So initially, only the envelope marked as technical proposal shall be opened. Start में जब आप submit हो जाते हैं, जब evaluation करनी होती है, तो initially just technical proposals are opened and they are evaluated, and the financial proposal is retained in the custody of the procuring agency without being opened. जो procuring agency है, जो client है, वो अपने पास ही रखेगा financial proposal, and लेकिन इसको open नहीं करेगा stage में, लेकिन वो अपने पास रखेगा. ठीक है, safe custody में अपनी custody में रखेगा. मैं at the end में आपको बताता हूँ इसका मकसद क्या है कि ये financial proposal क्यों अपने पास रखेगा. और अच्छा, the procuring agency shall evaluate the technical proposal in a manner prescribed in advance without reference to the price and reject any proposal which does not conform to the specified requirements. Now the technical proposals and financial proposals are submitted. Technical proposal is open and is kept in the custody of the procuring agency, The technical proposals are evaluated and as per the criteria which we have already mentioned in the bidding documents, which you have already provided at the after the advertisement. आपने वो बिडिंग डॉक्यूमेंट्स एडवर्टाइजमेंट के बाद सब उसको कॉन्ट्रैक्टर को जो अप्लाई करना चाहता है उसको दे दिए थे. उसमें आपने सारा प्रोसीजर लिखा हुआ था कि आपने टेक्निकल प्रपोजल कैसे इवैल्यूएट होगा. तो you will evaluate the technical proposal submitted by that contractor on the criteria you have already communicated to the contractor while giving him the bidding documents. Okay, during the technical evaluation, no amendments in the technical proposal shall be permitted. यहाँ पे कोई इस स्टेज में कोई भी चेंज अलाउड नहीं होता कि आपने एक दफा सबमिट कर दिया, आप वो कॉन्ट्रैक्टर के नहीं मैं इसमें ये चेंज कर देता हूँ चलें. This thing is not allowed in this procedure. The financial proposals of bids shall be opened publicly at time, date and venue announced and communicated to the bidders in advance. अच्छा, यहाँ पे एक बात नोट करें, the technical for opening the technical proposal it is not necessary कि आप publicly open करें सबके सामने. But for opening the financial proposal, it is mandatory as per PEPRA 2004 that all of the financial proposals shall be opened publicly. और आप जो जब ओपन करेंगे तो वो टाइम और डेट और वेन्यू कहाँ पे ओपन करेंगे, किस टाइम ओपन करेंगे, किस डेट पे ओपन करेंगे, आप उनको स्टार्ट से ही उनको कम्युनिकेट करते हैं बिल्डर्स को, ताकि वो खुद आ जाए, कंस्ट्रक्शन फर्म का ऑनर खुद आ जाए या अपना कोई रिप्रेजेंटेटिव भेज दे ताकि वो उस वक्त मौजूद हो जब वो फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल्स ओपन की जाएंगे. Okay, so after the evaluation of the technical proposals, those technical proposals which are okay and which are meeting the requirements of the procuring agency, that will be kept with themselves, and the rest of the proposals which are not meeting the requirements of the procuring agency, वो जो proposals हैं वो आप वापस कर देंगे without opening their financial proposals. This is the rule. ठीक है, जो टेक्निकल प्रपोजल्स ठीक नहीं है और आपके क्राइटेरिया के मुताबिक नहीं है, उनके फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल्स को आप ओपन नहीं करेंगे, एज इट इज वापस कर देंगे. और जिनके फाइनेंशियल टेक्निकल प्रपोजल्स ओके हैं एंड दे आर मीटिंग योर रिक्वायरमेंट्स, तो उन्हीं को सिर्फ आप इनवाइट करेंगे फॉर द ओपनिंग ऑफ द फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल्स. और जिस दिन आप फिर फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल ओपन करेंगे, व्हेन यू ओपन द फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल, इट विल बी ओपन पब्लिकली एंड द लोवेस्ट इवैल्यूएटेड बिड शैल बी एक्सेप्टेड. तो उनमें से जो टेक्निकली अप्रूव्ड फाइनेंशियल जो प्रपोजल्स हैं, उनके से जब आप फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल्स ओपन करेंगे, उनमें से जो लोवेस्ट होगा उसको सेलेक्ट कर लेंगे. सो व्हाई वाज आई सेइंग दैट कि आप जो फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल्स हैं वो ओपन नहीं करेंगे स्टार्ट में. ये फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल्स जो होते हैं बहुत सीक्रेट होते हैं, दे आर वेरी कॉन्फिडेंशियल. कॉन्फिडेंशियल क्यों होते हैं, क्या कोई आइडिया है आपको, या इसको देखते हुए आपके माइंड में कोई आइडिया बना है कि क्यों कॉन्फिडेंशियल है? जी, मैं ऑनलाइन हूँ या नहीं?
यस सर.
अच्छा ठीक है, कुछ हाँ ना कर दिया करें ताकि मुझे कंफर्म हो. मुझे शक होने लगता है कि शायद नेट चला गया तो मैं अपने साथ लगाऊंगा.
नो सर, नो सर. सर क्योंकि इसमें सर जी पैसे इन्वॉल्व होते हैं और हर एक ने अपने तरीके से लेना होते हैं.
अच्छा,
चीजें लेनी होती हैं
तो इसलिए हम सीक्रेट रखते हैं.
यस सर.
ठीक। Actually, the financial proposals are the final key of winning or losing the contract. ठीक है, तो लेट्स से आपकी एक कंस्ट्रक्शन फर्म है और एक मेरी कंस्ट्रक्शन फर्म है, हम दोनों ने एक प्रोजेक्ट के लिए अप्लाई किया। अब आपकी कंस्ट्रक्शन फर्म में एक ऐसा बंदा था जिसको मैंने थोड़े से पैसे देकर आपके जो फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल था उसका मैंने टोटल बिल या बजट मैंने देख लिया कि मैंने दिस इज वेरी कॉन्फिडेंशियल, तो वो मैंने आपसे निकलवा लिया, आपकी इंफॉर्मेशन मैंने पता लगवा ली कि आपका फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल इतने का है। अब उससे मैं 2 रुपए या 3 रुपए भी अगर मैं कम वहां पे कोट कर देता हूँ अपना फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल, एंड वी आर इन द सेम कंपटीशन, तो जब आपके फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल्स ओपन होते हैं तो लोवेस्ट वाले को अवार्ड होता है, तो लोवेस्ट तो फिर मेरा होगा, आपको तो नहीं होगा, चाहे 2 रुपए या 3 रुपए या 10 रुपए। So you will lose and I'll win. Similarly, जी
सर सर तो इसमें ये लोग क्वालिटी को नहीं देखते सर, सिर्फ
देखें, ठीक है,
रेस्ट को देखते हैं।
आपका क्वेश्चन अपनी जगह पे ठीक है। जो सिंगल स्टेज सिंगल एनवेलप प्रोसीजर था, इन दैट प्रोसीजर जो बहुत छोटे काम होते हैं जिनमें इतनी क्वालिटी या इतने वो कोई टेक्निकल इश्यूज वगैरह नहीं होते, सिंपल सा काम होता है, those type of projects are advertised based upon the single stage single envelope. उसमें ये होता है कि टेक्निकल प्रपोजल ऑप्शनल होता है कि अगर आप सबमिट करते हैं तब भी ठीक है, नहीं करते तब भी ठीक है, कोई मसला नहीं है, बस जिसका जो सबसे कम रेट होगा उसको हमने अवार्ड कर दिया प्रोजेक्ट, ये प्रोसेस कंप्लीट हो गया। But now you want to ensure a little bit quality and you want to screen out the non-serious and incompetent firms, तो उस केस में आप क्या करते हैं कि उनसे टेक्निकल प्रपोजल भी मंगवाते हैं कि वो आप काम कैसे करेंगे, आपका क्या क्राइटेरिया होगा, ठीक है। तो वो पहले आप उनका प्रोसीजर देखते हैं या उनका टेक्निकल प्रपोजल देखते हैं कि ये क्या प्रपोज कर रहे हैं कि ये प्रोजेक्ट कैसे कंप्लीट करेंगे। अब आपको उनका टेक्निकल प्रपोजल अगर आपको पसंद आता है तो ठीक है, आप उनके फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल ओपन करेंगे। अगर आपको उनके टेक्निकल प्रपोजल सब पसंद नहीं आता, यू विल रिटर्न दैट टेक्निकल प्रपोजल एंड यू विल नॉट ओपन देयर फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल। आप सिर्फ और सिर्फ उन फर्म्स के टेक्निकल फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल्स ओपन करते हैं जिनके टेक्निकल प्रपोजल्स आपके क्राइटेरिया पे पूरे होते रहे, तो उससे जो इनकम्पिटेंट या नॉन सीरियस फर्म्स हैं तो वो कुछ हद तक एलिमिनेट हो जाते हैं। समझ आइए?
यस सर।
तो आपने सिर्फ उन्हीं के फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल्स ओपन किए हैं जो आपके क्राइटेरिया पे पूरे होते रहे, तो उनमें से जो लोएस्ट है उसको मैंने अवार्ड कर दिया। अब इससे आगे जब हम जाएंगे 2 स्टेजेस और 2 एनवेलप प्रोसीजर्स में, तो उसमें आप देखेंगे कि बहुत ज्यादा कॉम्प्लेक्स प्रोजेक्ट्स के लिए जो होता है तो फिर वो प्रोसीजर्स यूज की जाती है, तो उसके बारे में भी डिस्कस करते हैं। ओके, नाउ कमिंग टुवर्ड्स द 2 स्टेज बिडिंग प्रोसीजर्स। So in the first stage initial procedure वही है, ठीक है। The bidders will or the bidders shall submit according to the required specifications a technical proposal without price. Initially they are submitting a technical proposal without any financial proposal, ठीक है, without any price. The technical proposals shall be evaluated in accordance with the specified evaluation criteria and may be discussed with the bidders regarding any deficiencies and unsatisfactory technical features. अब जो टेक्निकल प्रपोजल्स उन्होंने सबमिट किए हैं they'll be evaluated on the criteria based upon the criteria already communicated to the bidders, and after the evaluation, if the procuring agency is finding any deficiencies or any fault or flaw or any criteria which is not suitable to them, they'll communicate this deficiency or any observation to the contractor or the bidder, and will request the contractor to revise his technical proposal. So in this two-stage bidding procedure, the revision is allowed. So after such discussions, all the bidders shall be permitted to revise their respective technical proposals to meet the requirements of procuring agency. They are allowed to revise the technical proposal. इसके अलावा the procuring agency can also revise their requirements for the second stage. जो proposal submit हुए उनकी बेस पे उन्होंने कुछ अंदाजा लगाया और वो फिर अपनी requirements भी change कर सकते हैं. After the पहले केस में जो single stage में उसमें ना contractor revise कर सकता है ना जो client है वो revise कर सकते हैं. जो two stage procedure इसमें दोनों contractor technical proposal revise कर सकते हैं और जो client है जो procuring agency है they can revise their technical requirements as well or evaluation criteria, or they may add any new requirements or criteria not inconsistent with these rules. But PEPRA is keeping a restriction. If the procuring agency is revising their criteria or any changing in the requirements in their criteria, so they must communicate this change to all bidders. तमाम बंदों को बता दे, ये मैंडेटरी है इसके लिए. अगर वो कोई चेंज कर रहा है अपने क्राइटेरिया में, ये ना हो कि आपने एक बंदे को बताया है बाकियों को नहीं बताया, ताकि बाकी वो चेंज ना करें और एक चेंज कर ले और सिर्फ उसी को अवार्ड हो जाए. ये नहीं, आपने सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स को बताना है कि ये हमने चेंज किया है. इसमें एक तो ये शर्त है, दूसरी शर्त ये है कि आप जब उनको बताएंगे तो आप उनको प्रॉपर टाइम देंगे ताकि वो आपके चेंज जो न्यू क्राइटेरिया उसके मुताबिक अपना रिवाइज टेक्निकल प्रपोजल प्रिपेयर कर सके. आप उनको सफिशिएंट टाइम देंगे. ठीक है, तो वो सफिशिएंट टाइम भी यहाँ पे डिफाइन कर दिया गया है. So let's read this text. Provided that such revisions, deletions, modifications or additions are communicated to all the bidders equally at the time of invitation to submit final bids, and that sufficient time is allowed to the bidders to prepare their revised technical proposals. Provided further that such allowance of time shall not be less than 15 days. जो एक्स्ट्रा टाइम आप देंगे वो 15 दिन से कम ना हो in case of national competitive bidding, and in case of international competitive bidding in which the foreign firms are also involved, it should be at least 30 days. So if you are a contractor and you find that the client is not following these rules and regulations, so you can claim this in the court. Okay, so let's say 10 contractors have submitted the technical proposal in the first stage. Then they were asked to revise their technical proposals and as per the new criteria. So अगर उनमें से कोई नहीं करना चाहता, 3 या 4 फर्म्स कहती हैं कि हम आप एक नए क्राइटेरिया पे अपना प्रपोजल नहीं सबमिट करना चाहते, हम तो यही टेक्निकल प्रपोजल हमारे यही है, हम इसमें चेंजेस नहीं करना चाहते. Then they can withdraw. They are allowed to withdraw their bids from the process, or there will be no penalty over this. उन्होंने जो स्टार्ट में बिड सिक्योरिटी सबमिट की होगी, बिडिंग डॉक्यूमेंट्स में आपने देखा था बिड सिक्योरिटी भी सबमिट कर रहे थे, जो बिड सिक्योरिटी सबमिट की होगी उन्होंने, तो यू विल नॉट डिडक्ट एनी अमाउंट फ्रॉम दैट सिक्योरिटी एंड रिटर्न दैट अमाउंट टू देम। आप उनमें से कोई भी जो है पेनल्टी उनको नहीं दे सकते, वो विड्रॉ कर सकते हैं अपनी बिड, अपने जो सबमिटेड बिड्स हैं। Okay, so this was all about the first stage. Now we are going towards the second stage now, and all the technical proposal which those bidders whose technical proposals are not rejected, and also they want to submit their revised technical proposal, they are allowed to submit their revised technical proposal, and they'll submit a financial proposal as well along with the technical proposal. आपने स्टार्ट में देखा था कि इस स्टेज में स्टार्ट में फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल सबमिट नहीं हुआ था। नाउ इन दैट केस जो सेकंड स्टेज है उसमें ये फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल प्लस रिवाइज्ड टेक्निकल प्रपोजल सबमिट करेंगे, and the revised technical proposal and the financial proposal shall be opened at a time, date and venue announced and communicated to the bidders in advance. ठीक है? Then comes
सर
yes, please.
सर ये रिवीजन लाजमी है सर, ये रिवाइज्ड टेक्निकल प्रपोजल होते हैं।
ये मैं भी आपको एक्सप्लेन करता हूं कि ये किस कंडीशन में हम ऐसे अलाउ करते हैं, ठीक है?
ओके सर।
Okay, in the second stage, the revised technical proposal and the financial proposal shall be evaluated in the manner prescribed above, and the bid found to be the lowest evaluated bid shall be accepted. सेकंड स्टेज में आप क्या करते हैं, आप पहले टेक्निकल प्रपोजल को एवेल्युएट करते हैं, रिवाइज टेक्निकल प्रपोजल्स को, उसके बाद जो है फाइनेंशियल प्रपोजल्स आप ओपन करते हैं और फिर जिसकी बिड सबसे कम होती है उसको प्रोजेक्ट अवार्ड हो जाता है। फिर ये आखिरी पैराग्राफ में यही बात बताई गई है कि जब आप उनको चेंज कर रहे हैं कि टेक्निकल प्रपोजल में आप ये रिवीजन करें, तो you should allow them or give them sufficient time so that they can properly revise their technical proposals and prepare their financial proposals accordingly. Okay.
सर ब्रेक लेते हैं।
ठीक है, ब्रेक लेते हैं, और लेकिन मुझे एक जो लास्ट प्रोसीजर है ये मुझे एक्सप्लेन करने दें, इसके बाद ब्रेक लेते हैं, उसके बाद जो है जो रिमेनिंग पार्ट है लेक्चर का वो कंप्लीट करते हैं, ठीक है?
ओके सर।
या चलिए ब्रेक ले लेते हैं, 10 मिनट की ब्रेक काफी है।
यस सर।
ओके, I am having 12:20 in my clock, तो 12:30 पे मिलते हैं, ठीक है इंशाल्लाह।
सर 15 सही है सर।
चलिए 12:35
ओके सर।